Okay, it's May 24th, 2012, and this is the first of what I hope will be a series of garden video tour. Came out here today, picked some radishes. They look really good. Show you where those came from in just a second. Over here we have garlic. This was planted in October. It'll probably be harvested late July. And there's 4 different kinds of garlic here. Can't tell you which is which, but doing really well. Over here we have our onions. These are also doing very well. I can't kind of get a close-up here. These were planted. They weren't seeds, but they weren't the bulbs like I planted last year. So I was kind of worried that these weren't going to do very well, but they look great. Over here is where I got the radishes. And what this is a mixture of radishes and carrots. And the idea is to harvest the radishes, which only take about a month to go from seed to where you can harvest them. And when you pull those out, then it gives the carrots a little more room. So it's kind of doing double duty in one of the garden beds, and also is a good way to thin out the carrots. So radishes have done well, so we'll see how the carrots do. Over here, this is our second batch of carrots that was just planted this week, so they're not even sprouting yet, as you can see. Okay, over here is where is the support for what will be pole beans, but those don't go in for about a month. It has to be a lot warmer than it is right now to plant the pole beans. This is an experiment with potatoes. Kind of was reading up on this, so I thought I'd try it. And what you do is you put them in a bin, and you can see that these two, I've got 3 different bins going. These 2 were planted at the same time. This third one was just planted last week, so we'll keep an eye on that, see how that grows. But the premise is to, when these plants kind of grow up, then you just keep adding soil. By the end of the season, you have this bag full, and then you harvest the potatoes, which should be plentiful, hopefully. All right, here's the first of the beds that will be corn. Right now, looks like weeds. Well, it is weeds, but basically it's some pea plants. This is where the peas were last year, and I say we just leave the pea plants in there until we're ready to plant the corn, because it adds nitrogen to the soil, which helps out. Over here is my favorite crop of all. It's all the different kinds of lettuces. This is arugula, and this is a mixed green. This is our spinach, looking really good. A lettuce leaf mix, and we pick this every day, but it just goes crazy. The weather's been really good for the lettuce because it likes it cold, and so it's doing well. This is romaine lettuce. So we've got like 5 different kinds of greens growing here. This is going to be the squash, and we'll probably plant that this weekend. I think we're going to do a zucchini and a crookneck, but we'll see what's at the nursery when we go to buy it. Here is our pea trellis, and we've got 3 different kinds of peas here. We've got, this one I know is the shelling peas, and it doesn't grow as quick as these 2. These 2 are either snow peas and snap peas. One of them's doing a little better than the other, or growing a little faster, I should say. I'm not quite sure which one is which, but 3 different kinds of peas. Back to the shelling peas, so we'll keep an eye on those. Okay, here's the tomato plants. As you can see, we've kind of made a makeshift greenhouse here. Back up so you can see this. And that's because it's been really cold at night, and tomatoes don't like the cold, but they seem to be doing really well. We cover them up, and you can see these are all different kinds of tomatoes. Maybe next video cast I will actually look up and see what's what. But you can kind of look down there and see how all this is growing. We also have basil growing, looking really good, especially for the cold weather. We did have about a week of really nice weather, so it really helped us to get established, and then the temperature kind of dropped. So we're keeping the plastic on here for a while. Come over here, a different angle. Just peppers. That's a pepper. And another pepper. And this pepper down here, I don't know if you can see it, but it's actually got some blossoms on it. And then again, some tomatoes underneath the covering. They're doing really well. And over here, a few more onions, leftover onions, and these can be picked at any time. We'll probably pick these first and plant something else over here. And then you can see the clematis that we have planted. It's doing really well. Hopefully it'll do well enough to winter over, climb up this pole up to this bird feeder that we have. Okay, that's the video tour, again, May 24th, and we will hopefully do this again soon.